Hi, my name is Lacey. Today we're going to make a cute bowl cozy. So, what you'll need is you're going to need 2 complementary fabrics, 10 by 10, and 2 pieces of cotton batting, 9 by 9. Use only cotton thread and fabric because these will be going in the microwave, and buy microwave safe batting. So first you're going to place your batting on the wrong side of your fabric. I went ahead and did this one already. You're going to draw a line from corner to corner, and then you can stop there, or I like to quilt it a little bit. It kind of keeps the batting in place. So I drew a line from corner to corner, and then I started quilting at 1.5 inches all the way down. I have this one that I've already done. This side's already done. I drew the lines. Then I quilted all the way that way and all the way that way. And then you'll do it to this side. Once you're done quilting it, you're going to take your project and you're going to fold it this side. You kind of want to take your finger and run it along here so you know you have a straight line. And then you're going to measure with mine is a water erasable pen, 1 inch over and 2 inches down. And then you're going to draw a line from corner to corner. And then you're going to sew that. But you're first going to do it on the other side as well. So you're going to do these on all the corners. So it's easy to do it on my map because I know that's 1 inch. Oops. 1 inch over, 2 inches down. Line it up. Draw a corner. I'm also going to throw some pins in there to hold the fabric in place before I sew. You're going to go ahead and sew that. When you're done sewing that, you're going to open it up and do that to the other side right here. Same thing on the fold. So same thing. We'll do that in a minute. Okay, get to sewing. Okay, I'm sewing my dart. I'm sewing on the blue line I created, and I have a stitch length of 2.5. We're just going to make sure to hold the back threads, and we begin stitching. A little thick, so just keep going. And then when you get to the dart, you do want to go a back stitch there. All right, now we're going to do that to the other side. So again, we're going to sew right here. Make sure to hold those back threads. I'm going to go backwards a bit. Just sew right off. All right. Okay, we've sewed our darts, and then this is kind of what it does. It creates that shape in the bowl cozy. So now we're going to do the same thing to this side. So you want to line up your seams, line up the corners and the seams right there. And you are going to draw another pin-it. And then we're going to do another dart on the fold over here. So at 1 inch over, 2 inches down, I'm going to draw my line. With my water-soluble pen. So you're going to go do the same thing we just did. Sew it on both sides and then meet me back here. So after you've sewn your 4 darts on both sides of the fabric, you're going to go ahead and you're going to clip. So it's about a 1/4 inch seam on all of those sides. I go ahead and you want to finger press these open just like that. So that way when we're matching up our seams, they'll be nice and flat. Okay, so now you're going to take these bowl cozies and you're going to place them right sides together. And we're going to go ahead and pin on the corners. Oops, I got some stuff sewn in there. Just a lot of just little hairs. I'm going to trim that off. So yeah, so you're going to pin on the corners. Make sure they're sitting nice and smooth. Pin each corner. Like So, lining up those edges. And then this one. And then this last one. Then you're going to go ahead and pop a couple more pins into the sides. So you want to get these lined up and laying nice and flat. I'm going to put a couple clips in those. So then once you have that all clipped and pinned into place, you're going to sew around the whole entire top 1/4 of an inch, but leaving a space from here to here. You don't want it on the joints. I'm going to mark that. So I'm not going to sew here and I'm not going to sew here. And that's where we'll turn our project inside out. So go ahead and sew. You're going to start here, go all the way along here, and then end right here. Okay, we're going to start with, we're doing sewing a 1/4 inch seam allowance around the top edge of our project. I'm going to go forward and back stitch a couple times, and then we're free to go. Going till I get a 1/4 inch away from that side, and then I continue. Over this seam a couple times. I'll show you. Okay, we're going to clip the corners. So that way when we turn it right side out, it won't be a bunch of fabric all bunched into that corner, and make a nice clean corner. Now you're going to turn your project out through this little hole. Make sure we're going to turn this inside out by pushing all the fabric through this hole, but we're going to do it quickly. And now you just take your bull cozy and we're going to go press it. You kind of want to roll out these seams and give it a good press. And then we'll just go on to the next step. Go ahead and make it look nice and tidy. I'm kind of rolling out these corners to make sure they're nice and crisp edges. And then I'm going to press it. It looks so clean and sharp. Okay, so our last step is we're going to do a top stitch along the edge. Here's our opening. So I pinned that so I know where that is, so I can be extra careful right there. We're just going to do a little bit more than a 1/8 of an inch along the edge. Sew all the way around and your project will be done. Give it a back stitch and sew all the way around. All right, we just turned the corner. And we're back to where we started. So we're gonna go till we get to that spot. And then give it a couple back stitches. There you go. And you have a brand new. Look how cute that is. And it's reversible. Enjoy your bowl cozy with lace and stitch. Stitch your own style.